4,290 pounds, the Grey Wolf 22 MKSE here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan is absolutely perfect for a first-timer family, someone with a limited tow rating, or someone who maybe is just tired of setting up the old family pop-up or hybrid camper. Now, for most of this floor plan's lifespan, when you kind of hopped inside, this is pretty much what it looked like right here. But if you're noticing, there's a thing going on under the bed here. That's because they've revised this to be a simple but effective kind of Murphy bed here. But you notice how the sofa sort of sticks out a little bit past the mattress. This is a camp queen, but that sofa shows you it is true queen capable. So if you're the type of person who goes, I don't care, I don't want a Murphy bed, I just want a big queen bed and I want a basic camper to take my family out, you could do that. You could put a bigger queen bed in here and just never worry about the whole Murphy bed thing. The point is, it's just up to you how you want to use it. And before we get too far along, one of the other things that's cool here is you didn't lose the storage under the foot of the bed. It just now resides under the bottom of the sofa, as it were. But you're still getting full hanging closets on each side. And in comparison to most entry-level campers, starter campers, whatever you want to call them, you still have a full overhead cabinet above that bed. That is something that is very often just a shelf for this dollar and cents kind of range. But what's cool is during the day you get the opportunity to kind of put that bed away a little bit and expand your living space. So this is a camper with no slide that has the seating and sleeping of an RV with a slide out. But it does so at less weight and less cost and generally less length. And those are all good qualities. Now you see that your little Murphy sofa here has these portable kind of floating armrests that you could also just kind of flip up there as a little bit of a headrest bolster. And this is a completely carpetless, ventless floor plan. So very good for people coming and going like kids with dirty feet, dirty shoes, whatever, or pets or spills or just clumsy, dirty husbands like me. Your side stands here are the same sealed edge material that you'll find in the kitchen, on the dining table, in the bathroom. Even here at their most basic segment, they do everything the same as their big, Cherokee Grey Wolf series. And that's the thing. If you look at the stuff that just really matters, nothing that really matters is missing here. There's just a couple little fluffy things that are easy to work around otherwise. Big campsite viewing window, plus we'll see that big dining window in just a minute here. But like a normal bed, you've got your dual hanging closets on both sides. And the thing is, if you're like, I don't want a Murphy bed, I don't care about any sort of Murphy bed, you don't have to use it as a Murphy bed. This floor plan, you could just leave the bed down the whole time. You could exchange it for a different mattress if that's what you wanted to do. There's nothing that says you have to use this as you see it here, but you have the ability, the option to utilize and arrange this one in a few different ways. Now you might notice there's outlets on both side stands, which is handy for like phone chargers and stuff, but as we come over here into the kitchen, you can see between those two breeze windows, you've got a double set of outlets right there. So you've always got good easy reach appliance hookups and whatnot. Now over here, one of the major changes at the time of this filming is the addition or upgrade to that 10.7 cubic foot 12 volt compressor refrigerator. That is 67% larger than what you had in previous generations in terms of storage capacity. And it's very off-grid friendly. It's very traveling friendly because if you have the charge line run on your vehicle, it will keep that thing running. And it's like ice cold now, and we're only like 50 minutes from where these RVs are delivered. So it gets down to temp very, very quickly. Additionally, if you get a portable solar panel, that usually gives you 9 or 10 amps. This only draws 3. So obviously there's more power left over for keeping your batteries topped off for lights and fans and things like that. It is an awesome off-grid addition or portable. Just frankly, it's just a really cool thing. But it's not all about the fridge. Thankfully, the rest of this kitchen's actually pretty good too. You've got that sealed edge counter stuff I already mentioned, but that black stainless skirted sink right here, that's a cool thing. It just looks cool. And in this kind of class, which is dominated by like less expensive plastic sinks, you're getting nicer features in this because Cherokee is one of, and actually I gotta double check, they might be the highest volume RV brand out there in the world right now. Not just trail, but like the highest volume RV brand, period. They have volume buying power that other people just can't match. So getting nicer countertops, getting that flush recessed stovetop, the black stainless sink right there, that's the kind of stuff that they can do in a basic class camper because basically they're a high volume brand and they can just throw their weight around. And what's nice is they have not only just shot up to huge degrees in the volume of their RV sales the last couple of years, they have also really done an ace job of quality controlling their production. So they're not only building more, they're building better than they have in the past. And that's, I mean, I don't know what more you could ask for than that right there. 6.5 foot of pantry space like we're looking at there wouldn't hurt, by the way, though. So whether that's going to be pantry space, linen space, whatever, you're good to go. TV hookups right there on that bunk wall. It seems like a weird spot to put a TV, but it actually makes a lot of sense because it's directly across from that Murphy sofa. And if you notice, hidden behind this little window treatment over here, we have more household outlets, TV hookups, and an HDMI input plug, so that if you want to, like plug a streaming stick of some variety into the front of this thing, it does have the HDMI wiring run through the wall so that you can have that entertainment playing away on your TV should you choose to add one. If not, it's still a Bluetooth stereo, and that's what's kind of cool. If our stereo and our command center here, as they sit, they're fine. They're great. But they have the ability to be more. In the same way that you could Bluetooth music or you could get a streaming stick hooked up to this, you could get the LCI One Control app, and even though you don't see a digital touchscreen, this has LCI One Control integrated into it. So anything you can do off this pad right here, you can kind of log into your camper effectively using the information right here. You could control your lighting, you could control your awning, you can control that stuff right off your phone if you're so inclined. But you don't have to. If you want to make it fancy pants camping, you can. If you don't want to, you don't have to. And I do want to also note that we have centralized air in this. That is something a lot of campers in a smaller starter class like this will lack. That is the kind of thing that we are always cognizant of here at Haylett RV as a bunch of people who do a lot of camping. That's the kind of thing that we look for to make sure our RVs have. And a big window over here on the campsite. It is harder and harder with RV slide outs to find that. But you can see that's a big breeze through window, and there's privacy curtains, more outlets on either side of it. And you've got a full 4-person dinette, which is something a lot of narrow body campers without a slide can't offer. And this is kind of right on the cusp of like, do I get a narrow body slide, or a narrow body camper with a slide, or an 8-foot wide camper with no slide? And there's no right or wrong answer. They each have little, differences that make them kind of special and stick out. And since the dinette's a little bigger, makes a little bit bigger bed. So if you really need to, if you had to, I guess you could probably sleep about 7 bodies in here if you're counting 2 for each of the bunks, 2 for the master bed, and 1 here for the dinette. Someone's going to tell you this is an 8 sleeper. I'm gonna disagree with that all day long. I don't think this is an 8 sleeper, but I think this is a good small family camper, and what it does is plenty sufficient anyway. Now, I wanted to get up here around that corner so you could see that extra curtain right there. That way there's a little bit of separate curtain control for the upper and lower beds. And when I was opening all the shades, you could see my handprints on the little teddy bear bunk mat right there. Now, bathroom. Surprisingly, nicely equipped considering this class. Sealed edge counter, extra large sink. Angle mounted, extra large mirrored vanity. It means you can actually stand in the bathroom and, brush your teeth, shave your face, whatever. Larger Max Air vent fan. Not a starter class feature, but here in what you'd call a starter class, along with a skylight and shower surround paneling before we get down to the foot flush stool. These are the kind of things that are either not available or maybe optional in a lot of other campers that are standard here, even at the most basic Cherokee trailer class. And don't get me wrong, I love those big fancy fifth wheels and stuff like that, but this is actually a little bit more my speed right here. This is kind of what speaks to me a little bit. I like simple, easy, fun, family-focused entertainment kind of stuff like this. The idea behind this one is it gives you enough sleeping and seating inside to feed the family or to put them to bed, but most of the time you want to be outdoors. You want to enjoy your destination. You want to connect with your family. That's what this camper is right here. Now, it has all the things that make the Cherokee and Grey Wolf series really awesome, and that's what's cool. This is actually the most basic, I guess you'd say, starter class member of the Cherokee 8-foot wide travel trailer family, but it has so much of the features of the big Cherokees that it's kind of crazy, the consistency here. Like all Grey Wolves, it rides on a custom engineered chassis. You can see how that tongue up front is actually integrated right into the chassis frame itself. And that allows for this thing to actually ride a little bit lower to the ground, which means lower overhead clearance, less headwinds. You get the idea. It's just easier towing lower center of gravity. As we work our way down here past the stabilizer jacks and the cable TV hookup, we come to something that a lot of what you could say starter class campers lack, and that's an outside shower. If you're lucky, you'll get a cold water sprayer port, but this gives you an actual hot-cold shower right here next to your black flush, which is another thing very often not found on starter class campers, and all of that located right next to our sewer hookups here, which is a very intelligent location for those things. You can see that folding cargo rack on the back. It's got about a 200-pound rating. It's there for things like your family's bicycles or coolers, or maybe lawn games for the kids, or a portable generator if you want to go off-grid. And this does have a walkable roof, by the way, right above that rear camera prep. The spare tire here is also an optional piece of equipment. That is something that we like to add every single opportunity we have here at Haylett RV. I hope your family never needs it, because that's not fun. That sucks. But sucks a lot worse when you have a flat tire and you don't have a spare. So we've prepared you for that potential, and hopefully you just never encounter that. Now, if you notice, our awning is as large as it could be. That big bedroom window, or the front bed window, since it's not a private bedroom, I guess you could say, it kind of prevents the awning from being shifted any further forward, but it does enclose the entry door. It encloses that all of the campsite windows over here, plus that big dining window that we already talked about. Your outside entertainment hookups, and instead of an outside kitchen, because there's a lot of people who are like, I don't want a camp kitchen. Can I buy a camper without the camp kitchen and get storage outside? Yes, you can. It's called the 22 MKSE Grey Wolf here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. Right next to our little pet leash latch here, under that bottom double bunk, you've just got yourself a big old cargo space. Now that little stud right in the middle there, that might kind of interfere with some cargo functionality, but it's also what's helping support that bed and keeping everybody comfortable and keeping that bed from breaking. So it's, you know, kind of a necessary thing right there. If you want to add a TV, we already talked about how inside you could do that. That same mount and bracket system is found outdoors, so one TV can float around to multiple areas of the RV. And on these little mag wheels, they have tire pressure indicators on their valve stems. So if that little cap flips from green to red, you know, without ever pulling out the little, you know, air gauge, you need to put some air in that tire so that you're not going to get a flat going down the road, because low tire pressure, improper inflation, is actually the #1 cause of flat tires in the towable RV industry. Stable steps plus 4-corner stabilizer jacks keep the RV from rocking and rolling as you come and go. Plus, just like Big Brother Cherokee Grey Wolf, you've got a anti-slam door and a larger handle for easy come and go. Also, under that bed, we have a good cargo compartment, which is ideal whether you want to utilize that solar prep for a little portable suitcase, or down here you have a gas grill quick connect and you want to shove a gas grill or something, or a griddle or Blackstone or whatever up in that front compartment. That's what makes this one great. Everything you're going to use, see, feel, touch, and experience every day has been kind of touched and upgraded here, like the steps, the door, the big windows, etc. The fluffy stuff, they just don't do a lot of fluff stuff here. They do the stuff that really matters. So if what you're looking for is a camper that'll take care of your family for 8-10 years before you swap out of it and get that couples ultralight or fifth wheel or whatever, this right here is a dynamite option for you. So give our team a call, because we do it all with the exception of hidden dealer fees. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.